Welcome back to 3D Land. Today we're going to be playing through World S-5.
Oh boy.
Return to the flippy flat platforms.
Always a winner in my book.
Yep, it's a fun gameplay mechanic.
Yeah, and again, we're crossing the streams here. We've got booze and the flippy platforms.
2 obstacles at once. I can dig it.
Yeah. I'm not really sure how exactly they work together. Because, I mean, there aren't a ton of booze preventing you from landing where you want to.
Again, it's kind of like in the basic World 8. It's forcing you to think on your feet, and also forcing you to try and mistime your jumps.
I suppose.
See, my reaction here would be to jump around these spike balls, not run around them.
Right. That's a good point. I think the spike balls work a little bit better than the booze, because you can't stare them in the face and terrify them.
Well, maybe the more cowardly ones you could, but these ones are just not taking any of our crow.
But I think overall I like moving the ghost aesthetic outside the ghost house. Just making everything a little bit spooky.
Honestly, I think if they removed the ghost houses entirely and just tried to go for another boo kind of level, it would work a lot better.
Right, there were non-ghost house spooky levels in like Galaxy and Galaxy 2, I think. And those worked great.
There were definitely outdoor sections. I'm sure there were mansion levels. I remember one of the ghost levels where you landed on a moon, and you had to tilt the moon in order to get one of the medals.
Yeah, that was fun. I'm gonna try not to spew too much bile about this level, but we are reusing this level again.
I know, it was what, World 3? World S3, where we encountered this?
World S3-4 used this level. I forget what the original level was, but we have seen this before.
This one even lacks the sped-up spike pendulums.
Right, apparently they didn't want to overcomplicate things, so there are fewer pendulums, they move slower, they just rely on the Cosmic Mario to make things difficult for you. I would appreciate added difficulty of having these kind of obstacles stack, you know. I think we're over halfway through the special world. You can get away with making things a little tricky, I don't know.
Hell, make it even more trickier, because especially since a lot of people are going to be using the Tanuki suit.
I suppose if you're like me and never really got a hold of the pendulum things there, it could cause you to freeze up and Cosmic Mario would catch up with you. But overall, I feel this is a missed opportunity.
I feel the special worlds are kind of like the basic worlds in that there's just a lot of build-up, and only, I would say, the last couple of worlds pay off.
And they do pay off, for sure.
Definitely. Some of the best platforming in the Mario series, I'd say. Come on, I'm at 200 lives now. Stop giving me one-ups. I don't think I even had this many lives by the point I got to Grandmaster Galaxy in the second Galaxy game.
Well, Galaxy game, their lives reset after the game, after you turn off the system, right?
I'm honestly not sure, it's been a while.
Oh no! Oh, well.
'Twas but a ruse.
Now, were you aware of that?
No.
Didn't think so. I know, that's one of the things where I'd expect them to actually kill you, because we're over halfway through the special world, and it's time for no-nonsense platforming.
But that won't be fair to newer players.
They're not new anymore, this is 3/4 through the game.
Exactly.
Now, by this point, they basically can't rely on how quickly you're going to move through the level on these directional platforms, so the timing of obstacles isn't perfectly laid out for you to avoid them. Sometimes it'll work out like it does here, but it becomes more hectic, less perfect.
I kind of like this level. It's not the most challenging, but it's a nice change of pace.
I mean, it's been a while since we had these platforms, so I'll accept it.
And you got the sunset aesthetic going on.
Oh yeah.
This bit here actually reminds me of one of the areas of Bowser in the Dark World, where you're on a moving platform, but you have to jump over those little ramp things.
Oh yeah, I believe I recall that from my childhood.
What, you haven't played 64 since then?
Oh, I've played it many, many times.
I was gonna say, what are you, some kind of casual?
No, I was the kind of guy who would just play around in the courtyard doing flips off trees. I was that kind of person.
I thought you meant in real life for a second.
Oh, no, no.
Young Datai, do you want to come and play tag? No, I'm too busy flipping off trees. Practicing for Mario 64 over here.
I did that once and learned my lesson.
Apparently we already had that particular star coin.
Yeah, but did you, like, play these re-recording the section or something?
I don't think so.
Mysterious.
It must just cycle through the mystery boxes or something and gave me a repeat.
Or maybe it was never there to begin with.
Yeah. Oh wow, the auto-scrolling is going much faster on this one.
Yeah, when they do the auto-scrolling in the special world, it is much quicker, and it is so refreshing.
Yeah. Now, I like the added snow visual effect here, because it could be snow, but it could also be frosting.
Yeah.
Or icing sugar.
I kind of wish we could see the icing or frosting on the pastries themselves, but
That'd be cool.
that'd be a lot of effort.
Might be a bit too visually intensive, though.
Now this reminds me a lot of Ice Climbers, or at least the Smash Brothers stage based on Ice Climbers.
That was always one of my least favourite stages in Mellow.
Yeah, because in Smash Brothers you're focusing on beating people up, but here you're focusing on platforming, so it's a lot more manageable.
Definitely one of the better, more unique Special World stages.
So I don't think... was this section at all in the original level?
I'm not sure, but the actual, whole cake cookie thing definitely was.
Right, yes, this is based on a previous level, but I don't remember this vertical section.
These are some of my favourites because it's visually gorgeous and it's got some great platforming. It's what a Mario game should be. Original, unique. Shame it's over already, though.
Yeah, it doesn't outstay its welcome. That's how I will justify it.
McVitie's Land is what that is.
Now then, a ghost house for real now. Not my favorite levels, and especially this one I am not fond of.
Just like a hard mode version of a previous one. Oh, it's one of these. It's a puzzle ghost house.
It's barely even a puzzle. This is go through the same room over and over and find the correct box to go through.
Ah, one of these.
This is absolutely memorizing, and it's just not thrilling.
Is memorization not one of your favourite types of puzzle?
I mean, I barely consider it a puzzle. Maybe I'm just bad at it, and that's why I look down on it, but it's just running through the same room over and over.
Oh, you mean from a visual standpoint?
I mean, from a gameplay standpoint, you're essentially doing the same thing over and over as well, but...
Yeah, well, it's a callback to the older Boo houses where you would have to find the right door to progress.
Well, I'm not sure I would be fond of those either if I played them. Anyway, saw a little bit there. A star coin popped out of an enemy when you defeated them?
Yeah, I think at least in this level, they're not in the level itself. You have to actually beat up enemies in order to get them. So if you were like me originally and just like avoided the enemies because of the time limit and the whole maze aspect, you wouldn't get any of the star coins at all.
Which I think is silly. Because this is like, I think the only level that does that.
One of them, at least. It's kind of a dead giveaway, though, because there's a room full of enemies. One type you can't hit, which is the ghost, and then there's a Goomba, which kind of just sticks out like a sore thumb.
And I'm gonna try not to be too angry at this level, but we've been watching the same room for how many minutes now?
They could have switched it up. They could have had, the library section, the piano keys bit.
Right. I mean, even if you just switched through different rooms in the maze, you would at least have a better way of keeping track of which box to go in for each room.
Oh, Bowser's Castle already. You know, without the cutscenes and everything, you know, the postcards, these worlds are really short.
Well, portable. And then you got 16 worlds of approximately 6 levels. That's not a small amount of content.
True, but when most of the levels are just reskinned versions, it kind of puts things into perspective.
Of course, castle levels are my favorite, and I really like the timed versions of the castle levels, honestly. So we got a bunch of Goombas, swipe them with the tail, run along. And what I like is that a couple instances, like that wooden platform before and these rotating grates, they are platforms based on kind of a temporal thing, but if you're smart, you'll just skip over them and save some time.
What I've always loved about the Mario games is pace. Like, if you're just like an average player, you can go at your own pace, but if you're really good, you can just bounce off things, skip whole sections of the level, and just get a really good rhythm going.
For sure.
And for all my gripes about 3D Land, there are definitely parts of it where I felt that rhythm. Not really much to say about that boss.
Yeah, I mean, he's Bowser again, just significantly more badass.
And a lot more dry and lacking in flesh. I don't know what they like about Dry Bowser. Personally, I find him to be kind of a boring character, and especially not one you want to include alongside the regular Bowser in a Mario Kart game.
I mean, character or whatever, he looks really cool. I mean, if we want the best Mario character, it will always be Waluigi.
There you go, World S-5 done. Not bad overall. Kind of fell victim to reusing a lot of areas and not doing a lot with them. We'll see you all next time for World S6. See you then.
Luigi! Wow!